Okay, welcome back to part 2 of our Ball Fresh Tech jelly making process. Today we're making pineapple coconut jelly. There's a couple of things that I want to mention. You can see we have about 2 minutes left on the timer. One of the things that I like to do is that I'm going to put a plug in for Dia Fratelli. I like to buy their spaghetti sauce because it comes in a mason jar with a good resealable cap. And I use that, I wash it out, clean it, sterilize it, and I use that for my jellies. That way I don't have to buy jelly jars. If you can see, I keep hot water in there just to keep the jelly jar clean so that when I'm going to be putting the jelly in, I'm not putting hot jelly into a cold jar. So we've got that set up. If you don't want to use a reused jar, that's fine. You can buy new ones, but I like to save a little bit of money. So we're down at about 2 minutes. This is frothing really well. When this goes off, then what we're going to do is we're going to take like a wide mouth funnel, and we're going to take what I use a jelly spoon. I like this as a jelly scoop because it's got the tapered ends on the corners. It helps to pour things out. And normally, if I have a lot set up, I will just pour that right into there. But we're going to ladle it today just for your benefit. We were down under 1 minute. This is what our process is starting to look like. You can see it's just bubbling away here. So we're going to let that do for its minute. It's going to beep and it's going to tell us it's done. Then we can start putting it into the canning jars. What I normally do is I fill that canning jar up. I leave about 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch of head space, which is the space between the top of the bottle and the neck for expansion or for heat, whatever. I'll put that cover on there and I will invert it for about 50 seconds to a minute just in case there was anything that got on top of the cover. That hot jelly will go ahead and kill any bacteria or anything that was on there. Of course, you don't want bacteria in your jelly. But this is getting ready to slow down. It's almost done. And then we'll get started here putting this in there. So there you go. It's beeping. It's at 0. We hit cancel and it's going to go into CO, which is cool down mode. It takes about 30 minutes for it to cool down, and that is so that motor doesn't burn out. It has to cool down before we get started with the next batch. So I've got my canning jar here and my funnel. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and put that stuff right in here. You can scoop it in there nicely. This has got a nice finish inside so that it's a non-stick surface. And like I said, I usually pour it in. I don't recommend metal on non-stick surfaces, but we're doing it today because this is all about you. And we hope that you like the video. We hope that you will put a comment in the comments section and give us a like and subscribe to our channel. And most of all, tell your friends. I used to do jelly the old-fashioned way where you had to stand for hours and boil it on the stove. And man, did that take a lot of your time up, and your elbows and everything was starting to hurt. So I found that this is the best way, and I don't think I'll ever go back to making jelly the old-fashioned way. I would not give up my Ball Fresh Tech jelly maker for anything. It's one of my main staples that I have in the kitchen. And it's good because if I have a day where I have a little bit of extra time, say about 40 minutes or so, I can come in, quickly throw some jelly or jam together, and then we can go ahead and clean that up. It doesn't take us much time. And I've even made jelly, believe it or not. I work from home, so I've made jelly in a ½ hour on my lunchtime. So instead of having lunch, I make jelly for the kids. They sure like that. So okay, we're leaving a little bit of headspace there. We're just about done with this. I'm just going to set that there for the moment. And what you'll end up doing is just go ahead and put the cover on. I'm not going to invert it today for you, but that's what I normally do. And there's your jelly. And so it's going to take a few hours. That's going to start to cool down. And as it cools, as the pressure on the outside is greater than the pressure on the inside, this cover will pop down. You'll hear a little pop like that, and it'll be done. And then, like I said, we eat jelly so fast in my house that we just put this in the refrigerator. If you're ever going to make jelly that you're going to give it to your friends, make sure you wash and sterilize and water can bath your jellies and jams so that they're sealed properly. Start with new seals, the whole thing. So I hope you like the process. This is our Fresh Tech jelly maker. You'll see some certain things. Another thing I'm going to put a plug for in is for Doritos. You'll see Doritos in the back. It's an all-natural sugar product soda that we like. It doesn't have any high fructose corn syrup, but you'll see that in an upcoming video. So thank you for watching us today. give us a thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe and tell your friends, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.